Hey, this is Shiraz, and before we get started, I just want to let you know that when I clear something for someone, when I cause a shift, I tend to yawn and cough from the energetic shift that happens. I don't know why it happens. It's just how my body works. And if you don't know that, you're going to listen to this video and go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You might still think that, but now there's more of an explanation. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear something that you can absolutely relate to, when I cleared for them, you can get it cleared for you too. Just say yes when they're saying yes, and it works. I have people that watch these videos every morning to get stuff cleared. This can be your new morning habit too. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get a great shift out of it. See you soon.
Well, it's kind of like previous gentleman in that I am trying to step into coaching, little mini coaching, and I have everything already. Like I have my blurb written up, and I have a way for people to contact me, and I'm not doing it.
Sure.
There's this fear of like, there's several fears. Fear that people realize that I'm a fraud because I don't have a certification, or that people won't get their money's worth. They'll be mad at the money that they've paid, even if it's a small amount. And I heard what you said to the other guy about, you're not responsible for them, but I don't want people to hate me, and I don't want them to resent that they paid me money. But at the same time, I need to do this. I need to jump into a job and get money. And this feels like it could be fun too and helpful.
Okay. Whatever business you run, people are going to resent you. People are going to love you. People are going to think, okay, she's wonderful. Some people are going to say, oh, she's okay. And some people are going to resent you, right? The more your business grows, the more people are going to love you, because otherwise it wouldn't be growing. But then there's always going to be that small percentage of people. It's like, oh, she's no good, or I don't like her, or whatever. If you're not willing to have that show up, you're not going to create your business. Right? This is the hardest thing for a lot of people, is being an allowance of people resenting you, hating you, thinking you're a fraud, all of that.
It's that bit, it's wrapped up in the needing to be perfect, which is wrapped in needing to be perfect in order to live, which I went through with you a bit on Saturday's call.
Okay. So can you only work with people if you know you're perfect?
No.
Okay, that's not coming up true. So
I can feel the resistance.
yeah. Are you willing to step out of the story that you can only work with people if you know you'll be perfect?
Yeah. Felt that at my heart. Okay. There's a permission thing here.
Okay.
I think it's that I don't have permission to not be perfect. Yeah. Ooh, emotion.
Okay. Who decides whether you have permission or not?
My father.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that your father decides whether or not you can be perfect?
There's a little bit of permission from my natural mother too, but and I just got this big feeling of my stepmother does not. I'm not sure whether she doesn't give me permission or she just will be so angry at me if I'm successful.
Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that you can't proceed if anyone disapproves?
Yeah. Wow, there's tightness at my soul. Mine says yes, Patty says no.
Yep. Feeling that. When you change your life, there are always going to be people that disapprove.
Yes.
Even if they consciously approve, they may disapprove unconsciously, and you're going to feel that. And again, you have to be willing for people to disapprove of what you're doing with your life. You're the one that makes the decisions. As soon as you're worried about what everyone else thinks, you no longer have control of your life, they do. And most of the times you're giving control of your life to people who live in lack and restriction.
Yeah, in thinking ahead about this, I'm concerned that in tuning into their energies, potential clients' energies, I'm going to be very aware of whether or not they're liking me. And that's going to influence my ability to help them, because if I sense that they're skeptical or not on the fence or not really liking me, then I feel like I'm going to be distracted by that.
Okay. Why is it so important that people like you?
I've always wanted to fit in.
Okay.
It's this loneliness thing.
Okay. But here's the thing. People that are trying to be liked often are not liked and not respected.
Yeah.
People,
I don't want to wet dish.
People that don't care whether they're liked or not are often respected and liked. So
I think it's putting so much pressure on this because I see it as a way of getting money. And so it's like it has to work. So I have to get the clients, so they have to like me.
Yeah, there's a lot of have tos in there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I will take information and knowledge from people that I don't like because I know what they do works. I may not like them as a person, but what they've discovered is very, very useful.
Okay.
Right. The other thing is when you start to find prospects, possible clients, well, you're going to have that conversation where they're going to like you before they start working with you. Because it feels like what you're worried about is in the middle of the session, they're not going to like you. And in the middle of the session, they may not like what you're bringing up for them to move through, but it's not about not liking you. It's just like, oh my God, she's making me go there.
Okay.
They're still going to go there. Your business cannot be about all about you being liked. Your business has to be about your clients getting results. That should be your goal.
Got it.
And if you make being liked more important than getting results, you're not going to get results, and you're not going to get clients.
Right. No, I want to get them the results. That's part of the fun of it.
Yep. Is it okay if they get results and don't like you?
Ooh. I know I should say yes, but it feels like.
Okay. Here's the thing. I used to take Taekwondo back when I was 12 years old. And my Taekwondo instructor, his name was Mr. Kaur. Mr. Kaur was an ass. Mr. Kaur demanded perfect form. And if you're in like a riding horse stance and like you're in the sort of like wide leg stance, slightly bent, and it's not perfect, he'll come over and he'll just smack your leg and you'll go crumple in a heap on the ground. And he's like, bad form. Because if he had smacked it and you were in the right form, you wouldn't have crumpled on a heap in the ground. Right. And and he'd be doing this, going through class and like just hitting people, kicking people to check how solid they're in their stances and their form. And you just lived in terror of this man, but you came to class all the time because you just paid for a year in advance. And some people dropped out, but I got through and I went up a couple belts and then later on in life, I was with other people that are doing martial arts, and we were comparing what we did and how we did it, and I realized how bad other people's form was. And I was sitting there going, "Oh, if Mr. Core hadn't been so strict, my form would be all over the place like these people." And when I started to teach, I started to teach Aikido. My big thing was on form. Now I didn't do it the way he did it, but no one that worked with me came out with sloppy form. Right? Which is why my sensei would always give the white belts to me, like, get them set for everything else they're going to learn. And it was all because of Mr. Core. And I hated Mr. Core. Okay. But I appreciate what he gave to me.
Yeah, that's like my seventh grade French teacher. He was a terror. He had a sign on the door saying, Français oui, anglais non. And you couldn't speak English until he decided to. And we were all beginners.
Yep.
But I learned so much.
Yep. So this is the thing. If people get value from you, they'll still come to you even if they don't like you. Chances are they're going to like you.
Okay.
Right? But if you're worried that, no, I have to be liked more than I have to get results, which is where you've been living, you're not going to start your business. You're not going to get the clients you want. You're going to be second guessing yourself the whole way through. And your results aren't going to be great because you're too wrapped up in do they like me rather than what's the actual problem I need to solve.
Yeah, and I'm afraid I'm going to crumble. And the minute they have a complaint, I'm going to give them their money back. And then I won't have a business.
Well, you won't. Okay. So are you willing to step out of the story that being liked is more important than getting results?
Yeah.
Are you willing to step out of the story that being liked is more important than making money? Ooh, a lot of resistance there.
Yeah, it feels like, yeah, because I think of it in terms of like friendship is more important to me than money. I mean, not it like aside from the business aspect.
Yeah, but friendship
And connection.
Friendship aside from the business has nothing to do with money. But you're putting friendship into the business. I've got to be friends with everyone I work with. No, you don't.
Right. Right.
So are you willing to step out of the story that you have to be friends with everyone you work with?
Yeah. Better.
Remember, the most successful people out there don't give a crap what other people think of them. They really don't. And as a result, a lot of people love them. When you're being unapologetically you all the time, people are drawn to that. When you're trying to get people to like you, people are pushed away from that.
It's funny in areas other than this coaching, I can do that. Okay. Like storytelling, it doesn't matter. I do it for myself. If I do now kids yoga, it doesn't matter. I want to engage them, but it's just fun. Mm-hmm. But this, I feel like I'm doing it for them, and so it has to go all right for them. If that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. The thing to remember about coaching is that some people aren't ready for the change. So while the intention is for everything to go right for them, if you think things have to go right for them, again, you're not going to step into that business unless you're absolutely sure you're going to get change out of every person you work with.
Yeah. I think there's this mindset that it's supposed to go that way, because I have a friend who just started doing readings for people, and everybody's raving about every reading that she's done. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can live up to that in my coaching.
You don't have to, though.
I feel like I should be.
Why?
I have all this knowledge and all these capabilities and some intuition thrown in there. And I
See,
don't
but
know.
again, you're not making it about the results you're getting. You're making it about what people think of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? If you want to create change, it can't be about you getting the praise and you having to live up to things and what everyone's thinking about you. It's got to be about you sharing your gifts and creating change in others. Right now, your ego is dominating the show.
Okay.
So are you willing to step out of the story that your business is all about people liking you?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That was so intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to help but wanting to get good results so everybody likes me, and wanting to help and wanting to be successful so everybody comes back.
Mm-hmm. Right. And logically, it's there. You want to get good results so people keep coming back. Yeah. But if you make it all about liking you, you're not really about creating the results for other people. If you have good enough results, then some people aren't going to come back because they're done. They'll recommend you, but they're done. Right.
That's okay. That's okay. I like empowering people.
Okay.
Okay.
But remember, you've got to be willing for people to love you, for people to just sort of like you, and for some people to think, "Oh, I hate her. She sucks." If you're not willing for all three, you're gonna limit your business. You're gonna limit your results.
Okay.
Right? I've had people that came to $1,000 class that I've offered, and they barely got any change out of it. And they're like, "Oh, wasn't for me." And I'm like, "Okay, I was there, fully present, being the biggest contribution I could to you. And if that's what happened, that's what happened. No, you don't get your money back.
No. Oh,
No,
okay.
no." I did what I was supposed to do. Right? They weren't ready to shift from where
Okay.
they were, so that's just how the class worked out. Right? Other people came to that same class and their lives changed.
Okay.
So just because one person doesn't have a life-changing experience doesn't mean I have to give them the money back. I went to a class with Bob Proctor. It was a 4-day intensive, $10,000. By the end of it, everyone was supposed to have a business online functioning and making money.
Wow.
Because of all these technical difficulties that happened during the class, no one had that business running and no one got their money refunded. 50 people, $10,000 each.
Wow.
So that's just how it went. Right? And that was a situation where, with the technical difficulties are on their side, you would think we would get refunds, but they're like, no, we still imparted all this knowledge. We've given you this information. We've given you things you can follow up with after class. So we've given you enough. We've given you $10,000 worth of value. So that's it.
Okay.
But if you start running a business and every time someone doesn't get results, you start giving money back, you're like, you're actually going to open doors up for people to say, I didn't feel like I got enough value out of it, even though they did. And then you're going to be giving them the money back. And that's not going to work out well for your business.
Right.
Right. Right. So this is the thing. It's not about ripping people off. It's about doing your best. And then if they get the results, they get the results. If they don't, they don't. Right. And this is how you're going to measure. Like, technically, if no one's getting results, then there's a problem. But if most of the people are getting results, then your business is functioning properly, because every business in the world, people are getting results and some people aren't. Right? Every product in the world, a whole bunch of people like it and some people hate it. That's how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. And I like that comment in the chat.
Yeah, true. All right.
All right.
How are you doing?
Thanks. Better.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like. And if you had a shift of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, check out the description for energetic magic events that you can attend every single month. Be well, be aware, and be magical.